Hello, and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three goldfish that were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Asher Ford, Human Ranger, played by Char.
It's my favorite holiday. Double D&D Pathfinder, not D&D week. What
In the bottom middle, we have Greshy Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, played by Will.
I am also here, hello.
And in the bottom right, we have Gunn, Human Champion of the Rastal, played by Adam.
Hey everybody.
Third Action, the snack that smells back.
All right.
I think someone's got that copyrighted, Arcat. Or trademarked, rather. But in any case, last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers took advantage of the facilities, as it were, and did a bit of downtime in the Rune Forge, taking advantage of the Rune Forge's unique magical properties that allow you to work endlessly without getting tired. They were able to get a lot of extra training in, some on Gunn's part, some crafting in on Greshy's part. Small bit of bookkeeping note. I mentioned some Hellfire boots last episode. It turns out that I had named a homebrew item the same as a real item that existed. So I just went ahead and made it they're the normal Hellfire boots, but with a +5 speed bonus built in. I think that was that. While that's been going on, Asher has been taking some occasional breaks to use High Lady Athroxis's fancy headset of Clairaudience and Clairvoyance to do a little bit of recon and check out the Vault of Greed. He found some interesting things there, left, came back, found some little I believe I said they were water mythics, right? So little strange water goblinoids. They are technically elementals and not goblins, but these ones know goblin and look kind of like goblins for whatever reason. Turns out that the majority of the occupants of the Greed Wing have all died fighting the blue-robed ones, and perhaps were subject to some kind of backstabbery by Ordicon, the mithril man, as they referred to him. Satisfied with that knowledge, or with some additional info, Asher returned, or left that wing of the Rune Forge, and I believe now is perhaps deciding to go right back, because he forgot to actually use his recon abilities, and wanted to squeeze them a little bit more while the headset is still active for the day. So, unless anybody had anything to add in there, let's go ahead and jump right to that. So let me put us on a little bit of map view. And here you go. Okay. So Asher, you kind of walked like maybe most of the way back towards the Halls of Wrath, and then kind of had a aha moment of whoops, forgot to use the headset that you came over there to use. Thinking that maybe you could get some bonus info, you returned to the entryway at least. Seems like you're trying to plan out some distances, perhaps.
I'm trying. I have a really small map I've drawn. This is a bunch of guessing. Should we round? Rounding up seems too high. Oh no, I'm bad with distance. I know Jason can probably see.
I can see. You're pretty close so far.
But I can't.
So Asher is trying to cast Clairvoyance and Clairaudience. You don't have to see the exact position. They can be anywhere within 500 feet. So Asher is standing in front of the vault door, closing his eyes, trying to remember the rough distance and path that he took, so that he could try and guesstimate where. I'm actually not sure what specifically he's trying to find, or where he's trying to place his sensors.
Up here, without potentially triggering death on myself. It's really the concern. So, alright. That's pretty far. I'm going to actually put my eyes here.
Okay. So you're going to try and put your... so you activate I think it's the left side that activates Clairvoyance, which lets you see. And you try to measure out the distance in your mind, adjusting around the corridors that you took, following the very vague and rough instructions that the methods gave you for how to get to the back area of the Vault of Greed. And eventually your mind kind of settles on a spot, and you try to put the sensor there, but it's not quite forming. You keep adjusting and pulling your vision in a little bit until eventually the sensor appears in the corner.
Okay, this is good.
Of another fountain room. You can see another of these statues atop a fountain. This one's got its back turned to you, but it looks like perhaps a heroic maiden from just viewed from the back. You just kind of see a billowing cape, and the water is clearly coming from in front of it somewhere. You can also see, so to the quote-unquote west of the room, you can see what looks like a hallway and some more lights. To the south, you can see what looks like a set of doors, and actually one of the doors is slightly open. It's a pair of doors. Sorry, let me fix that. The one on the right is closed, and the one on the left is the one in the east is fully closed. The one on the west is a bit ajar, and you can see past it. And up ahead, you can kind of make out what looks like a number of tables with lots of strange items on them. I guess I can roll a perception check for you. You can make out what look like perhaps some potted plants on one table, a cauldron with some a normal-sized cauldron with some kind of liquid inside. You can't quite make out what that is. It's underneath a table. But you can also just barely make out what looks like a cage with some kind of small animal in it. It's curled up in a ball. You think maybe it's like a dog or a cat, possibly a puppy or kitten. You're not sure. It's not very big. It could also just be a small breed of dog. But it's like a muddy brownish color, and it's all the way up against the back wall. Over here.
Oh, I see. Cool. I'm gonna throw my ears here.
Okay. So projecting from that point, you try to form clairaudience in that room to get a better sense of the audio in that space. And you hear the radio tuning noises for a bit until the sound kind of clarifies for you. In the distance, you hear bubbling liquids. Around you, though, much closer, you can hear what sound like small birds squawking. Parakeet-ish sounds, just kind of little bits of chirping and squawks. You hear scratching sounds. just light scratches, probably claws against metal. A few rustling sounds, all very small. They all sound. It sounds like a bunch of small animals to you.
Animals or people turned into animals. Real mystery to find out or not. Cool. So I can't move either of these. I'll just wait around for 10 minutes, and if nothing happens, I will go back.
Okay. You wait for a time. After about 3 or 4 minutes, you hear, probably to the north, the sounds of splashing suddenly, and you can see that the Mephits have appeared in this fountain close to you. They swim around for about a minute or two, and then they dive in and teleport to a different fountain. But the room up ahead, you don't see any motion from your sensor. You don't notice anything different. Nothing seems to change. Everything just stays still, motionless. The gold on the walls still glitters. The gem lights just continue to glow constantly. Unlike the evocation wing, the lights on the gems on the walls here are all just a constant light. No flickering, no anything. They're perfectly flawless. Yeah. Eventually, the time fades and you return your senses to yourself.
Alright, time to go back.
Alright.
Whee!
And I'll just do this, but yeah, you make your way back to the rest of the group, who I believe were finishing up, or who were individually working on. Let's see.
Crafting.
The third day, yeah. So Greshy is still in the midst of transferring his spell storing rune, the spell storing rune from Gunn's old sword onto Remedy. Gunn is finishing up 48 of his 56 hours of retraining. Yeah, but you come back after like a couple hours, I guess, of being over near the Greed Wing and looking around. Do you do anything, or just chill? Do you tell them what you're up to, or?
Yeah, I just sit quietly and stare off into the distance. No, Asher tries to draw out a little map of how he thinks the Greed Wing looks, and tries to explain each room he's seen. And honestly, I'd love to go back tomorrow and see what's in that big room. Now that I kind of know where it is and can throw my eyes there. Not comfortable walking there, though. But I'm having a great time with a Greed TV right now.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I've got things to do through tomorrow if we want to stay, but I don't know how excited that sounds.
It's up to you guys, but I'm fine with it. You can find something to keep working on.
Yeah, I'll keep reading my books. Spying.
Gunn, actually, for that matter, if you get a chance to, would you mind going over to Envy and picking up the remains of the bag that got ruined?
I could do that.
Maybe see if there's any more of that Thillion while we're at it. I think we took most of it, but there may be some left. It could be useful. Regardless, just might as well grab what we can while we're here. But I've got the idea of how I might make another one of those bags. Could be handy.
That would be handy.
But in the meantime, just continuing to transfer runes about.
The ones we have left are pretty full.
It turns out all of that extra armor takes up space. It's strange.
Oh, and not to forget, but if we do end up exiting into the Dragon's Cave, we left behind a huge pile of gold and other things in the lair that we kicked.
You know, that's true, isn't it? Didn't even think about that.
Depends where we end up popping
the
out.
dragon
I'm not saying we
leave it
should
behind.
choose to go there.
That's true. We didn't steal it from the dragon who had left it there originally, but
Still his until we steal it, I guess.
do you really want Razorhorn to have anything?
No. Can't have anything.
So, yeah, I'd be happy to go over there and find the broken bag.
Sounds good.
Asher still also has a lot of time left in this time block if Asher wanted to do it, but either or. It doesn't take that long.
Oh yeah. I could just go over there.
Well, whoever. I'm still trying to get these runes transferred. It takes a while.
All right. Well, one of the two of you goes and does that. Cool. That was that block. Next block. So second block of 8 hours for the day. It looks like Greshy is transferring a +2 armor rune off of Throxus's armor and onto the snakeskin. Is that correct?
Aye.
Okay.
Greshy won't be naked, but he will have to strip out of it, so please avert your eyes. It's not a pretty sight.
You inform the others to stay out of the alchemy lab, and use this
For your
on
own
to-
safety.
You strip the layers of robes off of you, and then the snakeskin, and then spend the time, I guess, crafting in the buff.
Actually, Greshy, here's something you might want to wear while you're doing that. I've figured out what this robe that we got from Braxeris is for.
Oh, what's it do?
It makes you very good at remembering things. We discovered that it is actually a... let me find it again. Wrong window. A robe of inspiration.
Robe of inspiration. Interesting. So, just makes you better at recalling things you already knew,
Yeah,
which is good. My memory's solid, but
if
there's
I
still
were,
things I
if
forget.
I were, to just say some random numbers that don't mean anything, it gives you +3 to all knowledge checks and advantage.
Oh, that's really nice then. Well, I guess I'll put that on instead of crafting in the buff. I'll craft wearing a robe and otherwise in the buff.
All right. You're in like some partial state of undress when Gunn comes in with the robe.
Aye.
He
Halfway out to the bodysuit, I'm like, oh, that's probably better.
I assume
right.
that Greshy would be the one who would be most interested in that.
I think he would, in the kindest way, be the one who benefits most. He's got training in pretty much everything that isn't charisma based.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right.
it'll be worthwhile, I'm sure.
So Greshy puts on those robes. Yeah, he's going to transfer the +2 armor rune to the snakeskin bodysuit that he's been wearing.
Yes.
Gunn is going to finish up his retraining of Incredible Investiture into Numb to Death. This round of training is, I mean, it's been a brutal, basically 3 days worth of just constantly taking hits, trying to build up your defenses more, trying to build your stamina, trying to hold on to every bit of life energy that you have, and by the end of this block of time, you're sweating, you've got scratches and new scars all over your body, but you're feeling good. You're feeling more hardy than you ever have been. So that retraining is a success. Not that it could fail necessarily, but you feel like
It's complete.
you've accomplished your what you set out to do with your training. And Asher, sounds like you were going to read the book on deception.
Yes.
Okay. Like with the other two books, this one is very thoroughly enrapturing. Once you start reading, it's really hard to stop. It's a lot of very questionable tips on how to deal with people. And it doesn't set out to be a book on deception. It's more about like how to like convince people of things, and it seems like more of a direct self-help book, but yeah, kind of ends up being really sleazy. But Asher does find some value in this somehow. And by the end of the next block, you you get one training rank in Deception, up to Master Maximum, and one level 1 or 2 Deception feat.
Nice.
In that next block, Greshy, it looks like you were going to transfer another armor rune from either... Oh yeah, go ahead.
I think we decided I was going to go ahead and give, if I can borrow Rock's barding for a bit, we'll go ahead and put the Greater Cold rune on that. So he's got a bit of protection against cold. Pretty good protection, in fact, should be a 10 reduction, so we will work on that for a while. Woo.
All right. Yeah, you work on that transfer. I forgot to have you roll for the +2 armor rune.
Oh, sure, let me make sure I actually succeed on that,
I
technically.
think I already had you
Where's
roll
my
spell
crafting?
story.
It's...
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yes, you did. We did spell sorting before, but crafting, this one we did not. That is 45 total.
45. Very good. Yeah, that's definitely a success. The +2 went onto it. Go ahead and roll again for the greater cold resist onto rock.
That's only a 39 this time.
Only a 39. It's very much a success. You're able to get both.
It's almost like you've invested
runes.
everything into this all of a sudden. Better work.
Yeah, you're working very, very quickly and efficiently. It's odd suddenly being able to put all of this into practice within only a matter of days, but I suppose that's the power of the Rune Forge. There's something here that's just allowing your mind to just continuously, constantly work. And you're starting to see why the Runelords and perhaps the people who lived here value it so heavily. It's a bit addicting at a point. It feels like you could accomplish so much if you just stayed here. That's not to say that there's any kind of like curse that's affecting your mind or anything, but you start to feel like,
oh no,
I
but
see.
It definitely occurs to me. The more that we stay, the more things I can do. I have time to craft things. There's just a lot, but
The
nice.
words of the spirit beyond the quill ring to you. That nothing stops you from leaving other than yourself. Okay.
it's fair.
And I think Gunn, you've just gone blank, but Gunn was going to do some meditation.
He's just disappeared for a moment.
So he's...
Yes, sorry, I'm still here, but
Oh yeah, no problem.
just gonna... Yeah, realistically, I would have mixed this in over the last couple of days. A little training, a little meditation, but the total amount of time is gonna work out.
Okay, yeah, so you've been meditating this whole time, so we'll say the training actually ends around here. And you've just sprinkled
Right.
in some breaks to think, to reconsider your approach. Athroxus's death was felt like something that you could have prevented, and you felt like you got so close to doing so.
Yes.
And it's definitely affected you in some way. And being here training with this now holy weapon of yours, you're starting to feel like more and more that you really are a weapon of Erastil's will, and you're trying to reconcile like what that really means for you and what your relationship to Erastil really is. And yeah, that takes some time. Meanwhile, Asher, I think, just finishes up his book. And that gets us to the end of this first 8 hours on the 4th. This is the 5th day that you've been here. 5th 24-hour-ish time block that you've been here.
Didn't we just do the end of day 3/4?
It was
the end of day 3 since the Wrathwing.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we're approaching day 4 and starting that.
Yes, you've just started the 4th day since Wrathwing, but there was one extra day before.
Yeah, Wrath was our
Wrathwing.
second day.
Yes,
Gotcha. All right.
I numbered them based on Wrathwing in my notes there, but yes, you've actually been here this is your 5th day here. Okay, but those 8 hours in, what do you guys do now?
Did you want to scout some more in the Greed Hall, or?
Good. I'm very interested in a place where there doesn't seem to be anybody.
While you're in there, if you happen to see any gemstones that are easily pried off the wall, would you mind doing so?
Why do you need gemstones?
I've got an idea for making a staff, but there's some ingredients that I don't have. And if we don't find them here, that's fine. I can check around towns or something, but looking for some that I can enchant to empower the staff that I'm looking to make.
Are you interested in a color?
If you got sky blue, that would be a lovely one. Or green.
I would go along if you need any backup.
Oh, if you're bored, you can certainly come along.
I'm not bored. I'm just ready to start getting back into the thick of things.
Yeah. Well, you're free to come with me. I don't do very much when I'm over there, but you can help pry the gemstones out.
Sure, I will.
And I will stay back here. I'm going to transfer Rune onto Phelan and then start working on figuring out how to make a bag. Nice bag of holding like we've got.
Okay. Right, yes, this is the first 8-hour block on the 4th/5th.
Yes.
Day. Yes. Okay. You can go ahead and roll the crafting check for that.
That'll be the fortification rune for Phelan's armor. That's not the thing I was trying to roll. I want to roll this one. 37 this time.
37. Pretty sure that
It's a level 12 item.
It's a level 12, right? Yes, that is enough. DC 30. So, yep, that is a success. You
Excellent.
managed to
transfer
that rune. Meanwhile, we'll go ahead and jump
Greshy,
back.
before we go, one other thing.
Okay.
Don't forget those 2 greater flaming stars. It should only take you a moment to...
Oh, sure. I can affix those. Who wants them?
I think if you take this ring that I have, and then maybe Asher and Rock could have the...
Sure.
Asher.
Asher.
And Phelan.
Asher, come here. Can I borrow your armor real quick? I'll take the... What is it? I think it's a minute to affix a talisman.
Oh, it's a minute. Good.
So it'll only
They
take me a
work
minute.
like talismans, but yeah.
So I'll go ahead and fix a talisman to Asher, and
Glue it
I'll fix one to... just lick the backside and then just right there on top of it stays.
They're activated by licking.
I'll do the same for rock sparding. With the ring, I'm going to try and find just like a small chain or something, or maybe just a leather strap, and I'll tie it to that and actually put it around my neck and hide it under my armor rather than wearing it.
Okay. Yeah, that'll... As long as you invest in it, it'll still work.
I will invest in it. I just don't like the bling, as it were.
Tuck it into your new robes. Are you wearing the new robes as is, or are you still piling on other robes on top?
I mean, I have the robes over top of the rest of it, so it's actually looking nicer, sort of. I just look very bulky all of a sudden because I've got all of the terrible robes on top, underneath of it.
All right.
Don't worry, they'll tatter and grow into the rest of it soon enough.
It only takes 10 minutes to affix a talisman, and you've got the tools.
Oh, 10 minutes, okay.
Yeah, so...
Masaska says, I don't have mom spit, so it takes a few licks to try and get it to stay, but I'll get it there.
There's also paste and stuff in the room. Okay, so Gunn and... Okay. Gunn and Asher. I realize that there we go. Cool. Gunn and Asher, you make your way back over to the Greed Wing. Gunn, this is your first time being here, but neither of you seem to feel any effects. Asher, you didn't notice anything the first two times you've come to this wing, and Gunn, you don't notice anything now. It's a very different feeling from the first time that you went into each of the other wings. But you arrive at the entry vault door.
Alright. This door is not a good door. It's not real. Watch this. Asher pushes the wall.
He goes over and just kind of slides the false wall across. And there, lo and behold, are two other doors that you can push open.
They are.
Well done.
If you try and open these ones, the wall crushes you. So.
Nice. Good to know. Thank you for telling me that before.
Yes, be careful. So. Actually, would you rather I listened and looked in now, or do you want to kind of just walk in and I'll do it while you're picking stuff off the wall?
Why don't we go in a little ways first?
Okay.
Okay, so Asher, you round the corner, and you can see that light blue mist in the hallway leading to the next fountain.
And be careful of this mist. I think I've told you before, but it might turn you into a fish.
Okay. I'll hold my breath then.
It's a good option. And run as fast as you can. I guess we could attempt to destroy the gems it's coming from. There's
I believe I said
There's
there
about
were
16.
16 gems, 8 on each wall. You could try to attack them with...
That sounds riskier than just running through maybe a total of, 4 times at most.
Can we toss the bow back and forth between for extra
I don't
safety?
I don't know that
Oh wait, aren't you No, you're pride.
Well, if I turn into a fish,
I'll pick you up.
Put me in the fountain and then come back for me later and fix it.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Okay. And I'll do the same for you, but I'm sure you'll be fine. All right. Hold breath and run through.
Okay.
I'll wait till
what's your movement speed?
35 with these boots now.
3 is 105. Yeah, you've got enough speed to get through in one turn. So yeah, just give me one fortitude save. You have a +2 from holding your breath. +2 status bonus. Or, sorry, circumstance bonus.
Yeah.
The fact that he can hold his breath a really long time, does that make a difference?
Yeah, well, I think the feat gives a +1, so if Jason's saying a +2, then
Oh, do you have a feat for it?
that's fine. Like
that would effectively make that a plus.
controlled breathing.
Is
controlled
controlled breathing
yes,
also circumstance?
It is a
this
circumstance
case-
bonus.
Okay,
The same
so-
throws against inhaled threats such as inhaled poisons.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, so in this case, it'd just be the +2. It's more for if you weren't expecting an inhaled threat. But
Yeah,
okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, you managed to... Yeah, you dart through. 44 plus 2 is more than enough. You managed to resist the effects as you reach the... pass through the mist and reach the fountain on the other side.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just step a little bit away from the edge of the mist too.
And
Have
I
you
will try to run
recast
through
Long
now.
Strider today, Asher?
Asher.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
do that right now, but I usually try and remember to do it right before I go into a dungeon.
Okay.
So I would have cast it as I open the doors, probably.
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Or even before I even got here, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you've already got Long Strider on. I think we already established that you have plenty of move speed.
Yes.
So just go ahead and give me 1 fortitude save with your breath held.
But I get 2. Oops. If I can find it, this would be great. So it's 34.
34.
Not much better the second time. Am I
We'll
a
see what
fish?
happens.
I think I'm the best candidate to become a fish, actually.
You still have a hero point, technically.
Hero points are a fortune effect, and this is a fortune effect.
Oh,
You can't
that's
stack
true.
them.
It's already effective. You're right.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's basically a
Unfortunate.
free hero
Good to
point
know.
for
I already hero pointed.
that.
Yeah, this.
But as it turns out, the DC is exactly 34. And
Yes!
there's no this
Nice.
is a pass or
Very
fail,
nice.
effectively. So yes, you do manage to get through just in time. And now the two of you are on the opposite side
Yeah.
by the fountain.
All right. So there are gems all over the walls.
There are
Should
there
we-
the walls themselves are quite gilded. Like there are in places there are actual coins. But for the most part, it's it seems to be either gold plating or some kind of gold bricks, maybe. The gems on the walls are the ones that are emanating the light. There are also some small rubies and things, kind of decorating the baseboards. But yeah, you could try to pry those out if you wish.
Those might be the ones to go for.
I'm just measuring.
I have I have some tools, including a pickaxe. Asher has any tool that we could use.
I do. Get some, if there's any sky blues or greens.
In this chamber, no, they're all pretty ruby
Uh-oh.
red along the ground. The light ones are a range of turquoise, green, and yellow. And they're larger. They're about yay big, I guess hand size. While the smaller ones are maybe an inch or two each. They're all pretty uniform in
Let's try to
shape. The
get-
smaller ones are very round. And smooth.
Try to get maybe a half dozen of the small ones, and then one of the big ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess
Um,
maybe Greshy, maybe Greshy wants a gigantic gemstone for all I
Mhm.
know.
And who knows whether these are real? I mean,
Hmm.
greed. I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Okay. So with tools in hand, it sounds like Gunn is at least starting on that. Are you guys doing that right away, or
Yeah.
what's up?
Yep. Yep, I'll do that. I'll just look around and be like, oh, well, might as well do this here before we get interrupted by people. Might be more difficult on their way out.
Okay. Is Asher helping with that?
I'm actually considering doing my clairvoyance stuff while you're doing that.
That works.
Because I'm just going to throw it to my estimation about here. Lee, my eyes.
Okay. So yeah, Gunn, this will take you some time, but you do have the appropriate tools to pry these things out of the wall. You try on the first one. They're a little set in there, but you're at least expert in athletics, or no? What's your athletics? Yeah. Okay, yeah. With expert in athletics, you're totally fine prying these out.
27 on that, so.
Okay, yeah.
Plus 27.
Yeah, very easily. It takes like a couple minutes per each one, just to make sure you're not breaking the gems. You would know that breaking a gem probably renders it very useless in crafting with magic. So you're trying to be careful about it.
All right.
So about a minute per gem for the small ones. Okay, and then Asher, you're putting while that's going on, Asher is fiddling with the visor. To create a vision sensor across the way. Here, you can now see this room much more clearly. There are 4 large tables in the room. Perhaps used, well, you're not really sure what they've been used for. Maybe experimentation, maybe crafting. There's, on the closest table to you, there is a small dog lying on its side. The front half of it seems normal enough. It's like a very thin hair breed. What's a good one? It's like a whippet. Like one of those really skinny not noodle dogs, but greyhound-like dogs, but this is a very small one. The front half of it seems normal enough, but the back half of it is very shiny, without a single hair visible. But it is just lying on its side, unconscious, maybe dead, you're not sure. It doesn't seem to be breathing. Behind it, in cages against the wall, are a variety of small animals of different types. Birds, rats, lizards. All sorts of, small kind of pet-like animals that one might have. Along the back wall are a number of bookcases. Lots of what look like maybe potions, reagents, various chemicals all lining the shelves. And yeah, on the other 3 tables here, the northernmost table seems to have a variety of containers with liquids in them. Jars, cauldrons, pots, that sort of thing. The next table has a number of botanicals, herbs, plants, and the like. The next table is the one that has the dog on it, the half dog, half metal. It's a normal / metal type dog. And the southern table has what appears to be a small chest that is overflowing with both small and medium-sized gems.
Ooh. Are there any sky blue, green gems?
Yeah, there are a number of gems of basically any color.
My goodness.
As
Clearly
far
we
as
have to go in this room.
as far as other stuff around you, there is a door, a set of double doors behind you. And these ones are just a simple like wooden doors, unlike all of the kind of metal vault doors that you've been seeing everywhere else. Otherwise, the doors to the south look almost identical to the doors to the north. So you have like the north way would lead you back to the room that you put your vision in earlier. The south way seems to lead to closed doors.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what you see.
All right. Put in my ears. Ears.
Back there. All right. Okay, you try to reach out with your with this magic to create a hearing sensor a bit further away beyond those doors. You feel like you've maybe tried to push them a little bit too far, so you kind of reel it back closer and closer until you get about here. And then the tuning sounds come into focus, and eventually you're able to hear again. Through the sensor, you can hear in this direction, like towards you, you can hear what sounds like slow, heavy breathing. Not heavy, but like low register breathing, like low. It's just very like. I don't know if that comes in on mic, but I tried. Very, very like a breathing of a deep voice. And every once in a while, you just get a, and then a little bit of like grumbling in a language. I don't know what languages you know. What languages do you know?
Common, Goblin, Druidic, and Thessalonian.
Okay. You just hear a Gadasnotek. Just constant. Every few minutes, another long, drawn-out sigh. That's what you hear kind of coming from the direction closer to you. To the south, you hear what sound like echoing sounds of electricity, and the occasional cackle, muffled, clearly, but it sounds like perhaps a masculine voice, just occasionally laughing. But it's very, very quiet and clearly muffled, probably behind some heavy doors.
Cool. So, I don't get another day. One more day.
One day more.
I feel like I'm so close. Their instructions were interesting. This definitely wasn't the straight line I originally thought. But it's very symmetrical. I think it's symmetrical in here, at least. So it's reasonable to say that this is where Zug Zug is, and then this is where the crazy guy is. Or not. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But they're
Do you
pretty
want
far
to-
back there.
Do you want to go back there right now, or do you want to leave and come back later?
I guess we have Greshy's gems. So he might want those to fiddle around with them. As far as I can tell, there's nothing else in here except for those two rooms, unless the statues in the other areas move. I know the one in the pool to the north moves, but it looked like they were broken.
Do you
having a
want
rough
to
time.
try sneaking?
I could. guess I can run for
and
like
I'm here
10
to back
minutes.
you up.
Yeah, I could try seeing what's around. At the very least, getting a blue gemstone.
Take
Do I
the,
still? Oh, you. I see.
take the big bag, or take this bag if you want to put anything inside it.
Okay. I'll take the bag.
Sorry, is that the bag of holding?
So should I?
Yeah, the small bag of holding.
Okay.
Should have plenty of room in now that we've dropped all the weapons that I grabbed.
Okay. Yeah, you guys did some cleaning up of your bags of holding off screen. Okay, you toss over the
I'm
bag
going
to
to
Asher.
go
Does Asher still have
for a
the
walk.
Cloak of Elvenkind currently?
I haven't given it back, so I think I
Oh,
still
yes.
have it.
Okay.
I'm not using it yet. I'm gonna peek around because I don't think there's anything that would be
The Mephits around, possibly, but
super upset at me.
Okay. You make your way around the corner to the north just in time to see one of the Mephits jump into the water and just kind of disappear. There's a bit of a splash.
Cautiously poke my head out.
You cautiously poke your head out, and you see the statue try to turn its head towards you, but something's wrong with it. It can't quite move.
I'm just gonna kind of go along the wall.
You move along the wall, and once you kind of pass in front of its vision, you can see the stony eyes start to track you. But it's like a person who's been paralyzed. Like, they can't really do anything. They're just kind of slightly moving.
Is it a person who's been paralyzed and turned to stone?
Oh, that's... I didn't consider that. Maybe. It's definitely stone golem.
Definitely seems to be the theme here in Transmutation Land.
That people are the things that are here.
Well, you make your way around the corner,
Continue.
and you can see what look like it's a hallway of rooms, or doors to the north and to the south. There are 3 sets of double doors to the north and 1 set to the south, presumably.
Oh.
As you make your way
This is supposed to be
forward,
Yeah.
you can see that one of those pairs of doors is open. It's just left ajar, and you look inside, and you can see a number of what look like books, reading materials, kind of strewn about. A few strange magical components just kind of tossed around, scattered in disarray.
These look like kind of like the rooms. Actually, I'll peek my head in.
You peek in a little bit more, and you can see what looks like a pretty standard desk, a notebook, another book on the desk itself, and in the back of the room, what look like 3 cages. Each of them has a small animal inside that's not currently moving.
Oh. Are they dead? I'm gonna walk up and look at one.
You approach, and as you get closer, you can see the animal is actually a small kind of it's lying face down, and from a distance it looked like it was made of fur, but as you get closer you realize it's not fur. Those are feathers. And as if sensing the vibrations in the ground, it kind of lifts its head, and you realize that it's a small owlbear.
Huh.
It's a very small owlbear.
Very cute.
Maybe owl chick. It looks up at you and
Aw.
and the other two, which are in the other two cages, also get up and start.
Wow. I wish I had detect magic of any kind, but I don't. How unfortunate. Also, an interesting question. I'm not going to do this now because there's really no way for me to tell, but this seems like a violent solution. So there's Pierce Transmutation, where I can attempt a strike on a creature object. If my strike hits, it counteracts a single effect on the target that has the Transmutation trait. Does this mean I can shoot my bow at something that's like transmuted and it could potentially stop being transmuted?
Yes. Yeah, you can.
And would it hurt them? Is it an injury causing?
You can always choose to do non-lethal damage with any attack.
Yep.
True.
If it's got really low HP, you'd still probably knock it out, but you wouldn't kill it.
Okay, I guess these are kind of small. From my knowledge of transmutation, which is maybe not a whole lot, if you transmute something, I guess it can become bigger because I can become bigger. So there's a chance something can become smaller too.
Yes.
Right?
You have
Both are
bug
true.
form, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So like someone could be like, oh, I'll make you a tiny baby. Does this look like a baby actually, or does it just look like a mini version?
This looks like a baby owlbear. An owl
Okay.
cub or owl chick. I don't know. I guess owl cub.
Right, so maybe
That's
this
probably
is
right.
truly a child. Either way,
Owl cub or bear chick
I'll
would
come.
be the two.
Well, for now, I will leave this room, actually.
You
I'll
consider doing
consider
something
that.
about it. But make your way around the
I'll
corner
consider it
instead.
for later, maybe on my way back. Actually, I'll consider it as I walk down the hall. I'm like, maybe they could write something if they were people. Maybe I can ask them questions that only they would know, but then how would they answer? Ponder, ponder, ponder.
Yeah, Asher's just like tapping his head, like trying to think of what he could do as he makes his way around the
I don't
snaking
just want
hallway.
to stab it.
You can hear up ahead the sound of
Whoop.
the fountain before you peek out around the corner.
Well, there it is.
You're thinking, not GIF. As you step out and look at the statue, the head swivels slightly towards you. This one seems to have a little bit more motion than the others, or the other one that you've interacted with. But it just stares at you.
And does this one look broken in any way?
No, this one seems to be whole.
Take a step out. Does it do anything other than look at me?
No, this one has a hand outstretched, from which the water is pouring out, and the other hand is like gripping a stone sheath, like a sword sheathed in a stone belt.
Could
But no,
I
it's
consider
just
if this
looking.
was a stone golem? Because I assume if it was, it would come attack, but I don't know if they always attack. Can I try and identify if this is a golem?
Sure. Give me an Arcana check.
Clearly my best skill. Oh. A natural 20 or 39.
Natural 20.
Okay, suddenly I know very much about this.
You spent a lot of time here, you just absorbed it.
Your knowledge of golems and golems is weirdly specific. You know that they can be programmed, or given like instructions or some instruction set. They don't always have to be. Some of them can be a bit more independent, but they usually have some set of instructions. if this is a golem, then either it hasn't been programmed to attack, or maybe its instructions were, different in some way. Or perhaps it can't attack for some reason that you're not visually aware of.
Okay.
But there's also still a chance that it might not be a golem. With stone golems, it's very, very difficult to tell them apart from normal statues unless you, like, cracked one open and looked at the insides.
That's very morbid, and I won't be doing that today. Yes, time to cleave this. Alright, I'm gonna continue through this room.
Okay, you continue over to
Here.
where you saw
Oh,
the
no.
open door, the ajar door.
It is
and
open.
yeah, you can see through into the next hall.
I don't really hear or see anything from here, right?
No, you hear the same animals that you heard before. Chirping, some barking.
I'm gonna enter, unless the door tries to crush me again. It doesn't seem
No.
like it would.
No, the door doesn't react in any way. It's just a door. Just a simple door.
Alright,
Okay.
let's peek in.
Alright, you made your way into this chamber. As you enter, the animals that are in the cages start to react to your appearance. Some of them start to squawk a little bit louder, like the birds start squawking louder. There's some squirrels in there that start, like, alarm chirping at you. The room is just suddenly, like, filled with sounds.
It is indeed filled with sounds.
But the one dog that is on the table, the half dog, half steel, is just lying there, motionless. It's almost certainly dead at this point.
Alright. I'm going to go along this wall, kind of peek around and listen to see if I hear somebody coming from this direction, even though everything's kind of loud in here.
The noise does die down after a moment, and you're just trying to listen through to the other chamber. You hear a loud sigh, but nothing else. No,
Okay.
no footsteps.
Gem
No
time.
nothing.
Time to get some blue gems for Greshy. Wait, were they here?
Yeah, it was this table right here.
There they are.
Yeah, there's just a bunch
Right.
of gems spilling out of what seems to be like a small chest. The chest itself is
Oh.
also jewel encrusted and has a number of Thessalonian runes on them, which you can read. The runes, many of them are runes that say things like, they're all just individual, like, symbols, but you see the rune for creation, you see the rune for generation, you see the rune for regeneration, or, like, repeating.
Ooh. Well, Greshy said that he wanted blue and green, so I'm gonna get some blues and I'm gonna get some greens. I'll throw them in this bag. Just whoop, whoop.
Okay, yeah, you start picking some blue and green gems. And as you do, the more gems just start to kind of cascade out onto the table. And somehow there's more gems there than you thought.
My goodness. Are they making more of themselves? Sure wish I knew. But yeah, I guess I won't take many. I'll take like 3 blue and 3 green and be like, that's probably enough for Greshy. Asher's not very greedy in the halls of greed.
Alright. Yeah, Asher grabs a few of the choicest gems. More spill out onto the
So
table.
I have to
but
say there
you pocket them.
Oh my goodness, this is... my goodness. Why would anyone need these in here? This many? Not like they have like a stall for buying food. Is this all like books on the wall?
Yes, it's a large number of books.
Asher loves reading.
Yeah, tons and tons of books along the wall. They're of various subjects. A lot of them seem to be about alchemy and crafting and yeah, it's a lot of alchemy and crafting and enchanting and enchantment and that sort of thing. Just general transmutation topics. I'm watching for if you're listening. Gunn and Greshy are both biting their tongues so hard. This is beautiful.
I am not there. I cannot say anything.
Put these in my bag. No big deal. Nothing will happen and nothing will go wrong. This will be great.
Sorry, do you take any of the books or?
Is there anything like particularly? I guess that's like human.
You can hunt through them for something interesting.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'll hunt through them to see if I can find something. Something
Oops.
cool.
Okay. Sifting through the books, just kind of like running your finger over the titles, trying to find something interesting. One does come to mind, or one title does spring to mind. Or not spring to mind, fuck, you see it. One title does spark the mind, spark the imagination, sparks a memory. You know Greshy's been doing a lot of rune transferring, and this is a book on rune transference. It's
Ooh.
advanced techniques for rune transference.
Well, I think Greshy would really like this too. So I'm gonna take this book and put it in my bag.
Okay. You grab the book off the shelf.
Perhaps I will have 20 books. Oh, Greshy, look how many books I've gotten you. Send Asher on an errand. Asher does not understand magical things very well. He can't sense magic. He can only make wild guesses. He doesn't notice things. He loves reading. This will only go well. All right.
You could grab other books if you want, but so far you just kind of like did like a perusal for a few minutes, saw one, grabbed the one book out of the shelf, and tucked that away.
And I'm like, Gunn and I didn't discuss the length of time I would be gone. I've just realized. But I suppose if he came looking for me, that would be okay. Because there's nothing really dangerous on the way here. So.
Gunn, Asher's
he
been
sends
gone for
messages,
like
I guess.
a few minutes, like 10, 15 minutes by now. You're just chilling out in the hall, I think.
That's in line with what I was expected. Still, if it became an hour, I might.
Okay.
Well,
So
I
yeah,
might
you're
peek
just
around this corner and see if the statue does anything.
okay. Yeah, you peek. Sorry, you peek around the corner and you see it react slightly, try to turn its head, but clearly can't. But it doesn't do anything to you. Doesn't do anything to anyone. But now you've actually seen it for yourself, aside from just hearing Asher talking
Yeah,
about it.
I'll kind of slowly approach, and when I get to about here, I will meet its eyes and be like, have you been trapped here? See if it moves its head or anything.
You say that in common? It doesn't seem to be doing anything different. It's still just clearly trying to turn its head to look towards whatever is over here.
I can't cast comprehend languages in order to speak Thessalonian unless I have something to read or hear. Like you can't just cast it on an arbitrary language. You have to be
Correct.
hearing it. So
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be saying
I have
anything in
any-
response.
nope, I gave Asher the bag with all the books,
Yep.
so I don't have anything to pull out and look at. I'll
Ash, are you doing anything else over here?
I was just
Ponder some of it,
skimming slowly, I suppose, to see if there's anything else of interest on the bookshelves. I guess you can't get to like a lot of them with these cages, though.
Yeah, a lot of them are not. You can move the cages aside. The animals inside would squawk at you, but otherwise not that difficult to do. Yeah, you just keep browsing. Like I said, they all just seem to be books on various forms of transmutation. Some of them are spell books, transmutation spell books. Some of them are recipe books for different transmutation items and artifacts. But no specific topic jumps out no books like jump out specifically, unless you were like looking for something very
Okay.
very targeted.
Looking at something real quick.
after pondering the statue for a moment, I'll say,
Mhm.
I will come back with a friend and try to I'll sneak my way around the corner of the room.
Okay. As you make your way around the front of the statue, you can see its eyes like follow you. But you make your way around the corner.
In the next corner. Until I'm out of sight from the statue.
Yeah, you find yourself out of sight from the statue and are in a long chamber. Greshy, meanwhile, is
A long chamber with
transferring away.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm busy trying to get this rune transferred over to the armor. I need Phelan to stay still, and he's just not cooperating. He's bored. So, I mean, we've been here a while, and there's not a whole lot going on, so y'all continue.
Yeah. Eventually, you decide to just take the barding off of Phelan to do it more easily. He
Probably
needs-
easier, but I was hoping to just leave him in it. It's so much harder to get it back on him, too.
Yeah, but he's being so fussy that it's at this point it's might as well. Like he won't sit down for more than like 30 seconds at a time before getting up to go sniff at things and knock things over. Okay.
I'm
His tail is just going wild. It's awful.
figuring that Asher didn't go through any of these closed doors and close them behind him. I'll take a quick peek in the room here.
Okay. Yeah, you see the open room. There's, like I said, there's some stuff scattered
Hey,
around on the
some-
floor.
Some books and notes. I'll look down the hallway, not seeing Asher. I'll step into that room.
As you do, the little owl bear chicks start to cheep at you.
Just kind of ignoring them from now, but I think if I can pick up one of these books and it's written in Thessalonian,
Yes, this book down right before you is Thessalonian. Looks like it anyway. Lift it
I'll
up. It's a little
I'll go
heavy,
ahead and
but
I'll cast comprehend languages at 3rd level to enable myself to speak and understand Thessalonian for an hour.
Okay. You say the divine words as you start to like flip through the pages, and then after a moment, the pages start to flip by themselves, and it stops on a random page, and suddenly your eyes flash, and all the text becomes common to you, and you can effectively just read it as is.
Okay. Does this book look like it's anything special or valuable?
This one is on the properties of polymorph spells.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been doing a lot of those. There's a
There's a diagram
of
of a fox on this page.
I'll have to get the bag to help put some of these in, but there's a notebook here. Maybe I'll pick that up and just stash it in my clothes.
Okay. Yeah, you pick up the notebook off the table. It's currently closed, not locked, but like it's got a little leather strap. You pick it up and just stuff it into your shirt.
Okay. Anything else in this room look particularly interesting of note?
On the floor to the direct south of you, there's a coil of some kind of rope. It doesn't look quite like rope, but it's actually maybe like a black leather cord, perhaps. There's a small cauldron with what look like a number of seashells that have kind of spilled out onto the floor. It was clearly like knocked over, or perhaps thrown to the ground. Other stuff is just random bits of stone and material components for spell casting.
I think the rope seems like it could be something interesting, so maybe I will pick that up and take a closer look at it. Maybe spend as much as a minute trying to see if it's magical in some way, or if it can know what it might do.
Sure. You can go ahead and roll an identification.
Okay. If I use religion, that gives me a 41.
Okay. Trying to identify what this is. There's definitely magic here. This has definitely been polymorphed in some way. It's not a magic item, though. It just seems to have been altered from its original material and properties. To actually determine what material it's made of now would probably require a separate crafting check. But I'll give you a bonus since you crit succeeded the religion check.
I think I'll just bring it back for Greshy. So I'll throw that over a shoulder, like bandolier style, and I think I can carry that.
Yeah, it's for how much of a coil of rope this is. It's incredibly light. It's only light bulk. But you're able to get the whole coil of probably 100 feet of rope around your shoulder without much issue.
Okay. But I did want to go back to that room with the statue real quick.
Okay.
And try to speak again. So I'll go about yay close. About 15 feet away, staying out of reach. And I'll say, were you a trapped person? Have you been held here?
The statue just kind of deadpan, just stares straight at you. Its eyes unflinching. Unflinching? Its eyes unflinching.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to move its mouth. There doesn't seem to be, like, the mouth is just etched on. It doesn't seem like it's capable of speech. But it doesn't make any
head movement.
No, it doesn't make any kind of head nods or anything
Okay.
like that.
Because I could at least end your suffering if you are suffering. And I have my sword there. I could draw it out partway, hold it up.
Its eyes seem to follow the motion of your sword, but it doesn't seem to... It doesn't indicate any kind of response, I suppose.
If I put that back away, I'll say, seems like I've guessed incorrectly, though. And then I'll back away.
Okay.
And follow all the way down here looking for Asher.
Okay,
And
Asher.
poke my head around the end here.
So I am looking for something.
Okay.
I was wondering if there's anything here about... I guess it would be like kind of polymorphing, but self-transmutation or like kind of form control stuff. I know that's more druidy, but like self-transmutation might be a thing.
Okay. Self-polymorphing. You look around and see if, like, you do find some a section that seems to be largely about polymorphing, and you find there are two books there that are, one of them is just about polymorphing generally. It looks like the other one seems to be about basically what you were just saying, transmuting the self. Applying magical properties to your own body via the magic of transmutation.
Cool. Yeah, I'll take that and put it in the bag for some
Okay.
reading later.
All right, yeah, you.
Otherwise,
look at that
I
one.
feel satisfied.
Okay.
I feel satisfied with my book searching for now. I want to know what's behind these doors. I know what's behind these doors, but how to do it safely. Asher considers. I guess I could use the cloak and peek in. Have a little peek. So I'm gonna activate the cloak for, I guess it's 10 minutes, and try and peek in this door.
Okay.
So it just looks like the door is opening a bit by itself. Just strange, I guess, but hey.
All right. Sure. Yeah, you open the door very carefully, slowly, to peek in.
Oh, it's all
You
yellow.
see a completely gilded chamber. It's briefly blinding for a moment,
Oh.
the sudden change of color. To the south, you can just make out what look like runes on the ground, perhaps some kind of magic circle. And across the way, you see that the hallway curves to the south. But you can't really see what's on the north side of the chamber.
Alright, I'm gonna invisibly just slip in as small of a crack as I can make for my body, like this. Quietly, if possible.
Who's there? You hear in Thessalonian.
I'm not responding to that. I want to peek.
You hear the sound
Around
of
the
something
corner.
standing, like two big hands, like hitting the ground, and the sound of shuffling fur and skin. as a creature gets up and rounds the corner.
Not Karzug, I don't think.
It looks at the door and then just its head turns straight towards you. Who are
Hi.
you?
Wait, how does it see me? I can see through the invisibility.
Yeah, you're taken aback for a moment, but it clearly seems to be able to see you. It's looking straight at you.
Well, this certainly didn't work in my favor. Hi.
Mm,
I'm Asher. I'm just gonna respond politely.
hi. Are you
Hi.
selling something, or... It seems to not really... He's like awkwardly trying to make conversation, I guess. What are
Oh
you...
no. I'm sorry. I was just lost.
Okay. You're here to see... You're not here to see Orticon?
Oh, I mean, not formally, no.
You
I was
probably
just-
don't wanna. He's not a very fun guy.
Oh, so I've heard from others. So what are you doing here?
His head kind of tilts. He like squints his eyes at you. I guess I didn't describe what this creature is, but it is a massive, hulking, huge-sized creature. It looks kind of bullish in nature. Like it's got like brown, like matted brown fur, but it's also somewhat humanoid. It's got massive tusks coming out of its mouth. It's maybe some kind of fiend, maybe some kind of demon or devil. You're not really sure, or at least not without doing some kind of check. But it, as you ask, what is it doing here? I'm kind of trapped here. He gestures at the magic circle that's behind him. Had a deal, didn't go so well.
Oh. Are you trapped here forever?
Well, unless the guy I made the deal with is coming back anytime soon, probably. Yep.
Who did you make the deal with?
It was the guy who used to run this place. Sorry, I'm frantically trying to get to his name because I forgot his name. I'm in the wrong book. One moment, please, while the game loads his name. Why didn't I put that in my notes for today? I've skipped it. Why have I lost his name?
Gunn is still kind of walking through the halls. And maybe comes to the next
Making
statue.
his way through.
Sure. He's made his way up to the next statue. I just had it. The guy's name was Izamandakas. He was a good guy for a little bit, you know. And he kind of makes a gesture towards his head.
What was
I had
the
to-
deal you made that landed you here? Oh, sorry.
Oh, well, he made a deal that if I managed to make him feel all the different human emotions, that he'd let me go. I only had one left. guy went and died on me.
Oh. Why couldn't he feel human emotions?
You'd have to ask him that. He never really said why. I think he was born kinda messed up and just needed somebody to talk to. At first, I was happy to have the company, but have you ever tried to make a man laugh who's never laughed before in his life? That's rough stuff, man.
No, I can't say I have. Yeah, that sounds really hard.
Oh, this guy's awesome.
The only
Well,
thing I never managed to do was to make him cry. But now I'll
Oh.
never get the chance.
So,
He lets out a loud, long sigh.
is there anything I can do to help let you go, or is that out of my hands completely?
Huh? Wait.
Like, he's stuck here.
Yeah, I'm stuck here. Sorry, you wanna help?
Yeah, I mean, you say it sounds like you don't want to be here.
No, I fucking hate it here. It's so boring. It's just a bunch of stupid wizards walking around doing wizard shit. Why would anyone want
Does,
to be here?
As I creep over this way, can I hear?
Yeah, you can hear they're not talking super loudly, but you can hear muffled conversation. And not even muffled. You can hear them talking, especially since this door
Yep.
is still open.
If I can hear Asher involved in a conversation, I would probably approach more openly.
Okay, sure. As you do so, if you get in sight of the animals over here, they'll start barking and howling and whatnot a bit louder, and the demon or whatever it is kind of looks up. Is it just you here, or?
Oh. It might be my friend. Maybe they still smell me. I don't know. Hold on. And Ash is gonna
Asher,
peek out. Still invisible,
What?
by the way.
where are you? What's going on?
Gunn! I'm over here.
You okay? Yeah, that is.
Hi.
You hear
come here,
Asher, but you
come.
don't see him.
There's this guy over here.
Come, where's here? Because
Here,
this is
Gunn. Here. I'm right here. In front
follow
of
the
you.
voice a little bit.
Oh no, something happened to your eyes.
You're using my cloak.
Oh crap! And he deactivates the cloak.
Yeah, he pulls the hood down.
Hi, right here.
Okay, so who are we talking to?
Oh, come here. It's hard to explain. He's very he seems friendly. Hi, this is my friend Gunn. Sorry, we're both
hello.
lost.
Gunn, you're Gunn, and you're. What'd you say your name was?
Ash.
Well,
Asher.
Nice to meet you,
And-
Gunn and Asher.
What?
My name's Zuvuzeg.
Oh, Zuzatek.
Yep, Zuvuzeg.
I
It's
see.
the name my
Are you?
demon master gave me.
Oh, are you guarding this chamber or its master?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't really. I'm guarding it. He raises one hand, and you notice actually that he's got two left hands. He raises his right hand to do air quotes, but you realize that the hand is actually backwards.
Ooh, that sounds like a thing that you could use to trigger a recall knowledge if you've heard of a demon with two left hands.
Have we?
I don't know.
if you want to roll recall knowledge, you can. It'd be religion.
I wanna. Oh, I'm so bad at religion, but I will attempt.
Got a 38.
A 38 for me too.
You both got 38s. This demon is almost certainly an Nalfeshni. Can I tell you anything interesting about Nalfeshni? Also known as boar demons, and given its shape and size, yeah, it's definitely boar. Also referred to as greed demons, oftentimes. They're generally known for being very greedy in some way.
If you didn't want to be guarding this chamber, if you'd prefer to go back to your home plane, we could probably arrange that.
Oh, Oh! his eyes go wide. Oh, you mean like, yeah, I guess that'd work. I'm not super knowledgeable on this whole, magic binding thing, but I think that's right. Sure. Do you got a way to do that?
I do. Well, it might involve. Maybe I could do it without damaging him. Like, so the ability that I'm thinking of is an ability of remedy that's on my new blade, and it says you have to strike a creature to get a free banishment.
Yes. Yeah, you could try that.
But if he were willing, could I do it without striking?
You could do a non-lethal strike.
Yeah. Well, I'll mention.
You're not sure. You don't think that just tapping him
blade
with the weapon would suffice.
Okay. I think I would. I think if I strike you with this weapon, it should invoke your return.
Oh, that's a cool weapon. Sure, go ahead. And he like thuds down on the ground, and the ground shakes a bit, and like some dust falls from the ceiling. But he just kind of plops on his butt in front of you.
All right, dude.
And kind of like opens his arms wide. Hit me. I'm ready to go.
All right. I'll give him a slash. A non-lethal slash.
Okay.
Wait. The last second. Is there anything else we should ask real quick? Like, what happened to the people in this area?
Oh,
what's up with the statues?
What's his name killed them all. I do know that.
Are you guys saying that out loud to each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Mordecon.
Do you know what happened to the? Do you know what happened to the people here?
Yeah. I think they got hurt fighting those envy guys or something. Didn't really see what happened. Just they all got pretty beat up, and then I think when they came back, Mordecon just killed them all. Said something about Karzug's will, something, weak ass pussies. I don't know, something like that.
Yikes. Okay. He didn't turn them into small animals or statues or anything like that?
I didn't really see it. Just one day, the previous boss didn't come in, and next day, Wardecon's here ordering me around.
Oh,
he's the one that told me they all died.
Thank you for your cooperation. Yeah, hope you enjoy things better in your home plane, and I'll
Oh
this
yeah.
works.
Wait,
Give him the-
where are you guys from?
strike.
Where are we from?
Material plane. What's your home plane?
The hell, I guess. I don't know what it's called. Something like that. But material
Cool.
plane, that sounds cool. Maybe I'll pop over and say hi if I get back.
You
You
should
might.
say
I
hi
don't
to
think.
me.
I don't think you would like it,
Oh.
and I don't think they would understand you there.
Oh. Okay.
Say hi to me in a few years, and we'll hang out.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that sounds fun.
I'll come see you. Yeah, we'll play checkers or something.
I don't know what that is, but that
I mean, you
sounds
seem
fun.
like a decent fellow. So
Thanks. You do too.
I think that you would be misunderstood by most people there.
Sounds like a weird
All right.
place. But okay, sure. Hit me.
Okay.
I'm ready to go. I'm getting
I'll
bored.
strike. Yep. I'll hit him with the sword.
All right, you hit him with a sword, non-lethally strike him. I'm not gonna have you roll damage. He's got enough HP to survive a strike. And go ahead and give me it's effectively a spell attack roll. So you want to give me a spell attack roll?
Suffers the effect of banishment.
Oh, right. Sorry, this is actually they roll a saving throw against the DC. Right.
And he can, if he's choosing to fail, then he can just do that, right?
Yes. In a sense. But yes, he would fail. Or he needs to crit fail this, but he does crit fail it. Against 10 plus your counteract. Your counteract modifier? Yep. Okay. So he is like leans back. You give him a slash. You do like tear some of his flesh and some blood splatters onto the ground. But as you do so, or as the blade cuts through him, you also see like wisps of yellow chains also kind of appear and disconnect from him, breaking his ties to this plane entirely. The magic circle on the left side of the room starts to deteriorate. The words, like all the runes written on the ground start to kind of jumble up, and the whole thing disintegrates as he fades away. Thanks, man, he says as he fades.
That went rather well.
So is it just the top one that kind of jumbled? Is the bottom one still there? Or were they both jumbled?
The bottom one is still there. But if you make your way out and around the corner, you can see that up in the corner where you kind of couldn't see really is the shambling corpse of a second one of these demons.
Hmm.
Oh, I see.
Thanks, dude.
That was nice.
That was nice.
Though I think the only other person now is... I think I spelled his name wrong. Ordicon, and he is, I think, to my knowledge, with all my seeing eyes and ears, he's probably down this way.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to deal with him or
Get him.
not, or if we have everything we need.
I mean, I don't know that we do need to deal with him. He's probably going to find that his guardian here is gone before long.
Yeah, have we caused enough mischief?
But I do feel a little bit questionable about confronting a wizard of this caliber without Greshy present.
It's fair. should also get some of these gems back.
I think- Yeah,
Asher.
looks like there's. I mean, if we head back now, then this guy is going to find out that his demon and all of his stuff is missing and be extra pissed. But then again, if we talk to him, we won't be able to steal it. So, yeah.
Well, Asher's digging in the bag to show Gunn the 3 blue gems and 3 green gems he
That's-
found. Because he wants to show Gunn, look, I found exactly the colors.
I thought you said there was a lot of them.
A
whole
lot of
box.
them. Yes, but does Greshy need a whole box of them? I thought he only
No.
needed a few.
I imagine we could find a use for more.
Oh, well, and Asher pokes his head out and points and goes, there's a whole bunch over there if you wanted to bring him a box, but I really do think 3 blue and 3 green are more than enough.
I think, yeah, that whole box looks like it would probably fit in the bag, right?
Yeah, it's not very big.
we just-
The box itself is maybe 6 inches across lengthwise, and like 4 or 5 the other way.
I mean, yeah, let's just put the whole box in the bag.
Does the box close? Oh, I'm blurry.
Oh, the box itself is open, but I mean you could
Close
Like,
the lid
gems
if I can.
overflowing. Sure, you make your way
Yeah,
over to it,
and then
there's you try to close it, and gems are getting stuck, and you have to like brush the gems aside. And as you do, more gems start to like flow out, and you have to like quickly cram it closed and lock it. With like
yeah,
it's like a little
this-
latch
This
lock.
box will be. I think this box will actually be quite useful. Seeing that actually, but does anything happen if I put it in the bag? Does it like not? Does it fail to go in, or
Oh, that's a
explode?
good question.
The
Maybe
bag
I won't put it in the.
explodes.
Maybe I
We
won't put it in
look
the
at
bag until I'm sure. Given that it seems to be creating more gems.
Yeah, it's up to you whether or not you want to try putting it in beforehand.
Let's put the gems that fell on the table in the bag.
Okay,
But-
you just kind of scoop them into the bag.
I'll just pick the box up and hold it under one arm.
Yeah,
Got my sword
easy
put
to do.
away, so
All right.
I think maybe I'll just carry this until we get back. But I'm ready to go back unless you want to. Yeah, I'd rather not parley with the crazy,
With
the
greedy
craziest
man.
of crazy wizards
It's
down here.
okay. I think we have trying to make a joke about Gunn being greedy. It's like, I think we already have enough greedy men in here.
Mm,
But it's not said meanly. It's said as just like a lighthearted joke.
well, we'll see what we can do with all these things. And is there anything else here that looks? What is with that dog?
It's half made of metal. Can't you see?
Yeah, I think they've definitely been turning things into statues experiments here.
Oh, maybe that's why the
Some kind
weird
of living
golems don't
statues
attack.
and yeah, it almost feels more like a punishment to me, which
I am not actually abiding by the animal one. I abide by the. Sorry, I'm answering.
Yes,
I think
Greshy
Will's
in chat is
question.
asking
I
if
abide by the
Asher
one
is-
where I don't like cities.
Yes, Asher is a wild druid, a druid of the wilds, not druid of the animal order. So he does not have the anathema to rescue all animals, like Greshy does.
I I suppose I could, but it's not my top priority. To suddenly release all of the animals in here. Maybe we don't tell Greshy. Oh, Greshy, there's so many animals in cages, and I just left them there.
All right, what are you guys doing?
Yep.
You're looking around.
Let's start to go back.
Oh yeah, I was curious if there's anything on these tables, these two in particular, that are very interesting.
On this table here, the second from the north, are a large number of strange plants and herbs and that sort of thing, mushrooms and weird fauna, basically. Sorry, not fauna, flora. Weird flora. The northernmost table seems to have a pot of liquid gold, maybe. It seems to be some kind of liquid that looks shiny like gold. A small container of what looks like coal, perhaps, and a few other containers of various different metals and materials. Looks like a lot of different elemental materials, basically.
Okay. Is this one here all like plant stuff?
Yep.
Cool. Alright, these animals are good because they'll be his only friends.
If they are animals originally, then...
No, I did think of that. What if they weren't animals? They're all pretty small. The only way I can figure out if they're not, I think... I don't know if I could sense that they're magical just with like a check, but I assume I can't.
Not
if I don't have
really.
detect magic.
Yeah, you'd need detect magic or read aura or something similar. Yeah, otherwise you could sense motive on them, like do perception checks to try and determine if they're acting enough like an animal.
Actually, okay, when Gunn says that, I actually do want to do a perception check then to be like, is this acting kind of like a normal animal would?
Okay, you'll need to pick one.
I would do that.
What kind of animal are
Alright.
you looking at in here?
One of the bigger ones, not like a bird, but
Okay.
not like a... I know they're all small, but...
There's a
animal.
badger in one of the, like an American badger.
Yeah. I'll look at that badger. Is it acting like a badger?
Okay, give me a yeah, either perception or nature. I would allow either.
Uh, 32. I guess I could
32.
use points for that. 32.
You can tell that this badger looks pretty sad or like dejected. It seems like it's like clearly not happy, and isn't really like moving around that much. It's one of the few that isn't like jumping around. It also just doesn't have a lot of space to move in. The cage is relatively small for how big it is. But it doesn't seem to be acting weird. Yeah, it seems to behave like an animal. It just kind of looks at you and seems to be like moping about a bit, but yeah, otherwise seems like an animal.
Actually, I have a better idea. I'm gonna look at the badger, stare it down, and go, if you can understand me, raise your foot in the air. Put your foot up.
Oh, what language do you say that
'Cause
in?
I know I could be understood. I'll try Thessalonian.
Okay. Yeah, you try to approximate that in Thessalonian to the best of your ability, and no, it doesn't seem to do that.
Alright.
It's just looking at you. All
Well,
the animals are
I'm
kind of looking
unsure.
at you.
These seem to me, when we go back to Gunn, like they are normal animals. Either that or they're so depressed that they cannot fathom lifting a foot in the air.
No. It could be either way. It could simply be used for hard as it is to accept. They might be using these for test subjects or even material ingredients for very dark magics. But freeing them wouldn't exactly do much either. They'll just be running around in a very dangerous area, so...
Unless we plan on carrying a horde of animals back with us.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we will even be able to do that.
Go forward.
However, I do have an idea that could use your help. If we go, let's go back out to the first statue.
Actually, on my way back, I'm gonna be like 1 second. I'm gonna duck my head in and try the same, like, raise your foot with the owl bear. Crouched down like, hey.
The owl bear, the owl chicks, owl cubs, they just kind of chirp and squawk at you, but they don't seem to intelligently respond to your actions in any way.
Man, what would I do if I put one of these in my pocket and then was like, all right, teleport us with the cute little owl bear? Oh, friends. Okay, well, back I go. Animal welfare, not my strongest suit.
Yeah, you reluctantly back away, hearing the cheeps fade out.
Okay.
The spirit of Greshy shaking his head.
Creep our way back to here.
Okay, yeah, you make your way back to the first statue.
Asher, if you fired your bow at this statue and it were changed from something else, you could... Would that... I mean, I think you said that it now has power against this, similar to what I've...
I could try.
Is there anything you could do to break the effect if it's someone who's been turned to stone?
I can see. I know for sure the fish are probably people. Did you see the fish, by the way?
Oh, we could try on the fish as well.
But the statue probably might take less damage than spearing a fish with my arrow. Yeah, I can certainly try it. On statue. If we are reasonably sure that if the statue comes back to life, they're not suddenly going to either fight us or...
No, I imagine not. If they've been trapped here and we're the one who untraps them. Plus, they might be weakened.
Isn't this the one with the hand that's fallen
off? In any
off?
case, we are standing on this side for that reason. So if we need to flee, we can flee.
Did the hand fall off of this one?
Yes, this is the one that's missing the hand. The statue.
Alright, well, give me 1 second.
Is the hand here?
Yeah, the hand is in the base, the base basin of the fountain.
Okay.
Basin.
Might need to do some first aid if this person comes back. He examines the hand.
Yeah, maybe we could
back.
hold the hand up or glue it back on before we try this? I don't know.
Go hold the hand to the person's stump and I will shoot them with an arrow. And we'll see what happens.
It might work.
It might.
How could it not work? This is perfect. This plan sounds amazing.
I don't have any bandages. That's Greshy.
I have nothing to add to it. I just wanted to tell you I love it. I love it so much.
Greshy would know what to do if he was here, but it's just us.
I was not able to buy glue, but if I hold the hand to the,
It's where you lick it and
statue.
stick it.
does it fit pretty seamlessly? I'm not sure
sorry.
what would happen. Yeah.
What did
Since
you
Asher-
what did you do?
Asher pointed out that the hand is broken off.
Mhm.
I'll pick up the hand,
Okay.
approaching very carefully, and hold it right up to the stump, and like try and fit it as
Okay. Yeah,
perfectly
seems-
as I can.
Seems to fit pretty well. There's probably some chips or something missing, but yeah, you're able to kind of hold it there.
I'm not sure what the effect of flesh to stone ending would have on a broken statue. I can think of 3 possibilities in which one this might help. So it's unlikely, but it seems better than nothing.
All right. Are you ready?
All right, go ahead.
I guess I'll not lethal. I'll shoot for a part that's not. I should have just tried it on the hand. I should just try and shoot the severed hand. Now I'm having thoughts. See if the hand comes
would that work?
back.
I don't.
Well, if it's
I don't see
if
why
it
not.
has a property. Oh, but then it certainly wouldn't attach, which is
Yeah, let's just try the.
yeah. Okay.
I'm holding this in place as carefully as I can.
All right.
All right.
We. Oh. 31.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely hit the statue. Let's see, to break a transmutation effect, pierce transmutation. So it's just a success. So go ahead and roll a counteract check, which is it's the same as your spell attack. Though it actually might use your
Spell
class
attack.
DC.
Oh,
This might be
dear.
a class check. I forget how I did it on the.
Ooh, I don't think I've done this. How do I do that? Where
I
is
don't think
my-
Asher's done it.
I
for-
haven't.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
be your
Learn.
level plus.
What's
Are you
your
trained in spells? You're trained in.
Do you know what your class
I'm-
DC or your class training is? Like your training with ranger class DCs?
Probably
No.
expert.
My training with Ranger?
Yes.
Let's take
I
a.
can do a quick peek.
Oh, my primary class is Expert.
Okay, yes. So expert is a +4. The plus your what's your dexterity modifier? That'd be your key modifier.
My Dex modifier is 4.
Okay, so it's +8 total so far. And then we add that to your current level, which is 15.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 plus 15 is 23. So you have a +23.
23. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll a d20 plus 23.
20 plus 23. Whee! 36 with everything together.
36 versus the transmutation. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So the statue, as the arrow hits, the statue starts to change shape. The hand that you're holding, Greshy, starts to kind of pull into the statue itself, and the whole statue kind of it becomes almost malleable, but still very stone-like in structure, and it's just to shrink and shrink, and all the stone kind of melds together, until at the end, it forms into a kind of round, flat shape, almost like a pancake. And then you realize as the stone kind of morphs into a shell structure, that it's actually a large turtle.
Ah!
And there, sitting on top of this platform,
Pick up
is
turtle.
maybe some kind of tortoise.
Free turtle.
Uh-oh.
It
Oh,
looks,
It's a land turtle.
yeah, it's some kind of land turtle. It's a good like 3 or 4
I feel
feet. Not 4
like we
feet,
should
but
come
like
back
3 feet
with-
across.
back here with Greshy.
We should move the turtle from the platform so
Yeah.
it does not drown in
The turtle looks
water.
around and kind of opens its
Um,
mouth and like snaps at the air gently.
Oh my god. No wonder it didn't understand
I-
Gunn.
I feel like we should get Greshy to help deal with all these.
Should we? Do we have to? What would we do with the animals, Gunn, when we release them all?
I guess let them out the same way we leave. Like, we're about to leave, right? Maybe we just herd the animals over to where the circle is and then let them out.
I mean, certainly
You're-
also we don't need Greshy to do that. We could just do it right now. We could just let
In-
them all free.
Once they get back to the real world, they'll have to find food again. So right now they're gonna be fine without, out of their natural habitats. But that would be a problem if we bring them back and then they just end up starving or something because there's no place for them to find food.
We would have to find them a zoo or a caretaker.
We would.
We would have to also herd them out of here in a timely fashion. I don't have speak to animal. I cannot talk to them.
Is this turtle? It seems like it's too big for me to lift. You said 3 or 4 feet across?
Yeah. You have the lifting belt. You could lift it. But you need both hands to pick it up, but you
Oh.
could. It's currently trying to like step off of the platform.
Also, it's likely to turn into a fish if we try to walk it out of here.
Oh, that is a problem with every animal. We'd have to destroy all the gems.
Yeah.
They'd all become
Um.
fish. Well, that's easier. We just need a gigantic fish tank.
You fill the bag of holding with water.
We do have a lot of water. We would just need a container big enough to wheel out the fish.
We turn all the animals here into fish. Fill the bag of holding with water.
Yes.
And bring them back out. This will work. All right.
All right.
Have a new plan.
Where will we find a container big enough?
Oh goodness.
Okay.
What do you guys actually do?
With this with this tortoise, I think we'd better bring it. If it turns into a fish, I'll put it in the pond or something.
Oh,
But-
the like weird pond that we don't know if it kills things in the middle, or one of these.
No, not that one.
Oh,
One of the ones back here.
Okay. I was like, uh oh.
Yeah, all right. Come on, big guy.
Oh my god. You can cover its head in like a shirt, I guess.
You're still holding the chest. Do you just hand that off to
Asher, take the chest.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Okay, you hand Asher the chest of gems. You make your way over and lift up the tortoise. And it's just kind of gently walking on air. And you carry it back to the front entrance area
Oh my god.
where the mist is.
This is the first tricky bit. I think it's probably going to turn into a fish here. So if it does, I'm going to have to drop it in this fountain.
Okay. Just throw it to me and I'll throw it in the fountain.
But if it doesn't, then we'll take it with us for now, I suppose. All right. We'll make our way, take a deep breath and make our way through into the mist and see what happens.
Okay. All right. You hold your breath. Who's going first, or are you just both running at the same time?
I'm watching
I'll
Gunn
go
do
first.
it, just in case there's a horrible emergency where everyone's a fish.
Okay. Gunn, go ahead and roll your
There's no way that
roll your save as you run through.
I have a 34 with successes turning critical. Oh, that's probably not going to matter here.
35, 36. Yeah, there is no. But yes, and DC is 34. Okay. Yeah, you run through. Will is right. This tortoise in no way is making the save. It's a level 0 creature.
All right. Well then.
As you run through, you just got the tortoise. You're like you're trying to cover your mouth as best as you can, or not cover your mouth. You're holding your breath. You run through, and as you run through, you feel the tortoise start to shrink, and become scaly and slimy. And before you even know it, the whole tortoise just disappears from your hands. And Asher, you hear a splash behind you as a new koi gets added to the pond, or the fountain.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's humane, at least. They just kind of go in here.
Okay. They automatically end up in the.
Well, this seems like a real issue.
So,
right.
Gunn, you've made it to the other side, but you now have nothing in your hands.
That was unfortunate, but I guess it was to be expected.
We could try and get rid of these gems. I do have ranged cantrips.
At least he's not a statue anymore.
It's true. Well,
yeah, let's make our way back to Greshy first.
Okay. If I become a fish,
what
though,
you-
how will you know which fish I am?
I'm sure I'll be able to figure it out.
All right. I believe you. I have no reason not to.
All right.
Here I go.
Go ahead and make your fortitude
We're all
save.
gonna be fish. At least we won't die. Can we find it? Oh. Really? That's my fortitude save. I actually believe I fail.
Wow.
1 and a natural
32.
2.
1, 2.
I'm a fish,
For a
baby. Ooh.
32. So Asher, running back through, you lose your footing, you trip, you fall. Your body, when you hit the ground, it's just a slap of fish meat and scales. And Asher, you disappear.
Whee!
Oh no.
And there's a splash. As Asher, in fish form, ends up in the fountain.
This is ridiculous. No, I don't want this. Can I actually try and polymorph out of this?
Yes, sure. With you have
How do I do
animal. It would
Be a
just
cat.
it would be another a counteract check.
Counteract? Mhm.
Yes.
So
But this would actually use your spell
On the
DC.
plus side, and if this
So-
doesn't work the first time, you'll have a very nice, easy time communing with nature to get your point back.
I will. I can just do it all night. You can go get Greshy and be like, Asher's a fish. There are lots of fish. I should have shot. I'm gonna.
So in this case, it would be a spell attack. What are you trained in? Sorry, what's your nature nature spellcasting training?
Primal
Primal.
spellcasting.
Yeah.
Primal spellcasting training.
Where is that? Where are you?
It should
I
be
know
with the
you're
other.
here.
It should
It's
be with
going to be
the
under
class
proficiencies.
proficiency.
Ah, it's expert.
Expert.
Oh,
Okay.
there you
And what's your? I guess in this case, it's charisma wisdom modifier, right? Is what you use for spellcasting.
And that's a 4.
That's also a 4.
I
Okay.
think it's the same.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is the same then. So go ahead and roll a d20 plus 23.
Oh crap! How do I do this?
You can add points if you want to.
You can add points, and you have a
I
hero
will
point.
add points to this.
Okay, so you're
I'll
adding your
add-
6
what do I have?
points.
6.
Yeah.
I'll just plop in my 6 here. Hope this works. A 34.
Okay, 34 is exactly enough. So
We've done
you
it again.
Splash out of the fountain back into human form.
Oh, it wouldn't have
You're-
to be an animal. Do they cancel each other out?
Yeah, they just cancel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he doesn't end up as a cat form?
Not in this case. I don't believe.
Yeah, I think I'm being nice and letting you wild shape out, but I think when polymorph effects go on each other, it just cancels.
Okay.
I thought the stronger one would win.
No.
Ugh.
You're basically counterspelling. It would be the effect of
Yeah.
what you're getting. Or dispelling magic, whichever way you want to look at it.
The
It's not
second
really
effect attempts to
overriding.
counteract the first. Yes. Okay.
Hi, Gunn. I was a fish.
Asher, are you
Hello.
okay?
I'm alright. I've been a fish before.
Yes.
Not
That's
by
true.
force, but I have. Oh, okay. Actually, I wonder how long this would.
Yeah, if it succeeds, it takes effect, and if it fails, so
Oh, okay.
he would have turned into a cat, and
You can
then
be a cat.
potentially
yeah.
back to an Asher after climbing out of the fountain.
But then if I remain a cat, it has to counteract my cat.
Yes, that's true. You could
That's
stay in
true.
cat form.
Alright, where's my key? Alright. It makes a groaning sound, like, as a cat. I could try and just run through again.
Okay, you just
frustratedly keep doing this all night.
all right. You try to run through again. I guess
I
it
roll?
has to make a counteract check. Resisting my urge to put my 9 points in, but that is actually a failure.
Oh, come
It's
on.
You keep
not-
doing this all night.
Do
it.
Nah. Nah.
I dare you.
Nah, that's fine. You managed to run through. The transmutation does not manage to override your own, and you reach the other side with Gunn. In cougar form. Firebelt cougar.
Do you still have the chest of gems,
I
or did you drop it in the middle of the hallway?
That I think when you polymorph, everything gets sucked into you. I think that's
Okay, so if
legitimately
you turn
in the
back into a
description.
human, you'll probably be carrying it.
Let's find out. I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, though.
Yeah, you polymorph
Oh, I'm-
back.
I
It's
actually-
quite
I asked-
specific.
I'm glad you're all right, Asher. That was kind of
Okay.
neat, actually.
As he turns back into a human, you see he's got the still got the chest of gems.
I guess our turtle friend, well, should be happier as a fish than as a statue, at least. So, I'm calling that a win. Let's go back to Greshy and see
All right.
what we can.
You guys make
what
your
we should do
way
next.
back to Greshy. Do you guys want to have that conversation right now, or should we? I think we probably have to end for the night. But
I won't be telling anyone anything.
all right, well, that'll do it, folks. Thank you for joining us.
The road to
on
El
this,
Greedo.
Bonus. Yeah. Road to El Dorado Pathfinder Edition. You can find us youtube.com/thirdaction, twitch.tv/thirdaction, podcast, wherever you want. We'll be back next Monday with episode 122. Yeah. Will they ever get
I
out?
thought that was fun.
It was,
That was
fun.
great. I loved it.
It was hilarious. Oh boy. I hope you all enjoyed as much as I did. See you next week. Good night.